Welcome to the John McAllister Report, where John McAllister, top football evaluator, interviews college and high school coaches and athletes from around the country. Sit back and enjoy today's podcast.
My name is John McAllister, and tonight on Around the State, my guest is from Olentangy High School, Gavin Grover, and he's 6'5", 225, and I really like his abilities. I like his tight end abilities. He's thin, he's slender, but he's getting stronger, and he's realizing just how strong he needs to be to compete. Catches the ball really well, and he does at least attempt to block, hits people, can go inside, and he does a lot of those things really well. He's got to get, like we talked, he's got to get bigger, faster, and stronger. So sit back and enjoy my podcast with Gavin Grover from Olentangy High School. Okay, my guest tonight is Gavin Grover from Olentangy High School, a tight end, plays tight end for Olentangy, 6'5", 6'6", 220 pounds, 225 pounds, and in that range someplace. Okay, how are you doing tonight, Gavin?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good, and I'm doing better now, trust me. Okay, inside joke there that you don't know about. But it's really good. I know you're a three-sport guy. You've played basketball earlier, took a year or two off, and now you're coming back in the this winter to play again. And good athlete. You also play volleyball. Three-sport guy. Tell me why volleyball?
My older sister played volleyball in college, and my whole family's just always played. Like my dad and mom both played sand together when they first met. So I've just always been around the sport, so it's pretty cool.
Plus, you're pretty tall.
Yeah. The height helps a little bit.
Yeah, that helps you, and I'm sure you can jump. Okay, three sports. Why do you advocate? We talked about it earlier. Do you promote playing three sports?
Yeah,
three sports.
Just multi-sport athletes in general. I think playing multiple sports gives you different, you're using different skills in each sport. And it just helps your hand-eye coordination so much. I think it just elevates you athletically.
Good, and you get to be different teammates too.
Yeah, and different coaches.
Different coaching styles, coaches, and things like that. It's really good. Okay, let's get back to football then. Football. Why football? Why do you enjoy football?
I have always had a football in my hand. I always had football when I was younger. My parents, I have this Ohio State one in my room that I've had forever. Because I'm still a Buckeye fan, and my parents are really big Buckeye fans. I always went to the games when I was younger, so I've just always been around the sport. And I played flag when I was on some good flag football teams when I was younger. So it's just always been really fun. I love the physicality of it as well.
You play tight end. What's the hardest thing about playing tight end?
I think the hardest thing about playing tight end is probably blocking, and also learning how to read zones. As you get older, you have to learn more about how zones and how you have to sit in each zones. And you have to find the soft spot. I also would say I think blocking would be the hardest, just because you're playing some dudes who are pretty big. If you have to block D tackles if you're leading through the hole, or D ends if you have to block on the perimeter, are a little wider on the line. So, yeah, probably blocking as well.
Good. The bigger and stronger you get, the better you will be a blocker, because you're athletic and you can bend and do those things, and you've got good range, and you will come inside and block. I watch you come inside and block a linebacker and things like that. It's really good. We'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, you've talked about your parents, and I would guess that they are a big influence on you. Have been kind of in a nice way pushing you, kicking you in your pants once in a while. and things like that. Who else? Tell me, how much do your parents do? How much?
They do a lot. I mean, they've gotten me like anything I ever need. Like kind of like during quarantine to now, they help like put together a weight room. So I just got like a full blown rack and a bunch of like dumbbells and whatnot. I also have a treadmill in my basement and a punching bag. So whenever I need to do anything like weightlifting, why not? I can just head down to my basement and that'd be good. They just always gotten anything I needed to help me athletically. Like I've been going to Eric Lichter and +2 to work on my speed, get that 40 time up so I can run good 4 times at the camps. They just done everything for me. I appreciate them so much. Being Mother's Day and all, I'm appreciative of my mom. She keeps me and my little brother fed well. We always got big meals on the table, so we can eat and be big dudes.
We'll be dragging you to those football camps when you can't drive. You can drive now, but
yeah,
when you couldn't drive, and she'll be sitting there and watching game practices and camps. Dads are dads.
Yeah.
I said that, they're dads, but moms, they, run the show most of the time, and they have to pay the price, I think. That's really good. We're here. You and I both promoted Mother's Day. Good. Okay. Anybody else kind of been an influence on you?
My coach. So I was playing offensive line when I was younger, like I went in 3rd grade, and then I heard Coach Jason Velasquez. He was my coach 4th through 8th grade. He gave me that opportunity to kind of play tight end. Then I kind of ran away with it from there, and he always helped me, got up my butt and like got me going whenever I was like messing around or not keeping my head straight.
Do that, Gavin. He wouldn't treat you like that. I know him, and I joked with your quarterback about him. He's really a good guy, and he knows that I think the world of him, and he's done well. He's a dad, and he's done well with his sons, really well. Okay, if you could have a little silly question here, if you could hang out with one guy for one whole day, anybody, from 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, who would it be and why?
Rob Gronkowski. He's just been my idol my entire life. I've always wanted to like spend time with him. And now especially I'd like to party with him. Like maybe if I get to the NFL someday, I could party with him. This dude just brings the energy, so much excitement. That'd be super cool. Hang out with that dude for a day.
He's really good. Okay, I ask everybody this because I think it's important. Right up above me here, I've got a sign that says, "Believe there is good in the world and be the good." Well, anything that, and plus I'm driven. I tell the guys I'm 73 years old, but I still want to be the best I can be, and I want to do those things. Any words that you live by, Gavin? Any motto or any slogan on the wall or anything like that?
So also, like my quarterback also said on this podcast, the grind cheats no one. So like, just like if you work hard, you're going to get paid eventually. It may be different than what you think, but you're going to get paid. The grind doesn't cheat anybody. And also, I like this quote, if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. Because just have big dreams and chase them.
I totally agree. I've done that. Here I've got done a pretty good business, and I'm just a guy. But it's slowing down now. But in the prime, I was the only guy that sold videos early and books and all that, or notebooks. Anyway, I believe you. Tell me about school. How's school going?
It's going good. Mostly A's, a B here and there, but pretty good grades for the most part.
Do you have any long-term plans about what you might do if you don't make it after college and football?
I like engineering. I've always liked math and science, so I might go into that field. I like architecture too. I think it's pretty cool, like building stuff. So I might go into that, like landscaping. I thought that'd be pretty interesting. And also like business. Well, I'm not really sure. I'm still kind of thinking about it.
With your grades and your drive, I don't think you'll be hurting very bad for a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Like okay, next silly question. What's one thing that nobody knows about you?
I mean, some people know this about me, but like mostly just close. I really was into Legos when I was younger. Like, I was a Lego fanatic. Like, I collected Star Wars Legos, and I have like a bunch of them in my basement right now. Like when I was younger, like that's what I spent all my time doing, as well as
Well, I can guess, I can understand. One of my friends, their son is 13 and he's got his own room now. And he's got his own shelves and own little boxes he keeps them in. That's a little crazy now. That's good. Yeah, a logo guy. Okay, you're going into your junior year, so you're still kind of young. Any top sports moment for you? I call it scrapbook time. Anything that right now that you remember that you'll tell your buddies and stuff like that? Anything in football that's been a good
um,
experience?
I like my second touchdown of the season in the Big Walnut game, our playoff game. I'd say that touchdown was pretty cool for me. Because like we were kind of down. We were down, I think we are down like 14 or 17 nothing. Like we didn't have really much left in us. And then I caught that touchdown right at the end of the half, and it kind of like sparked a little energy heading into the half and thought gave us more of even though we lost, still like kind of sparked some energy and kept us in the fight. And we almost came back and won.
That's good. That's really good. Let's talk football now again. Tight end, what do you think are your strengths? I think I asked you that, but what are your strengths?
I think my strength, I think I give a lot of effort. I think I'm a good blocker when I want to be. You know, I'm still working on the strength piece to that, and I'm still getting the weight room. Got to get bigger and stronger. I think I catch the ball really well. Only had like a few drops last season. So I always work on my hands, trying to get them better. So I think my hands are really strong. And then I think I have really good chemistry with my quarterback. I think I've worked on that with him, and we just work together really well. So I know if he plays the ball here, he trusts me to go catch that ball, and I'll get my hands on and make a play.
Right. That's so good. And I think the other thing you said earlier that you have to learn, and I don't know if high school guys do it as much as they should, but learn where the soft spot is. When you look up and on the run, you have to make those decisions sometimes. You know, if somebody jumps on you, or I don't know what the word is, somebody covers you and then or drops back in the zone, you got to know the opposite of what to do. I think that's huge for tight ends.
Yeah, like situational football. Like I see what's coming.
Yeah. And then the other thing, let me tell you what I think you do pretty well. Number one, I told you before we came on, and I mean this, you hit. Now you make attempts. You block on the line of scrimmage, you block linebackers, and I thought I saw you a couple of times block in the open space.
A little bit.
You know, not every. I mean, you don't call it, but when you had a chance, at least you can do it. See, I think that's what's so important. You can do it. You may not do it you have to do it. And the other thing I think you do, and I'll look at my notes here, I think you second level block, but the other thing is you catch the ball for yards. Well, that means to me, I'm trying that you can get downfield, and then, you're not just catching the little quick out and stuff like that. You also can get downfield, and then you do catch the ball away from your body. So I think one thing, and I don't know, I think it's more the passing, is when you do the little outs, and sometimes it looks like you're not grabbing the ball. It's just kind of softly coming into you.
Yeah.
I don't know soft hands. You got soft hand, and you really want to, on those kind of plays, you really want to grasp it because you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
You're going to get hit because the linebacker's usually going to be coming full speed on you. Anyway, that's what I saw. But I think the biggest thing, and I'll be very honest with you, is you make contact. Okay, you hit. And I think that's so huge. So huge. And then the other thing, the last thing, and I've told you I have favorite coaches around, but you can move out into the slot. You can movable tight end. You can go out and play, and you can catch the ball in open space and run. And I think that's huge for you to be able to do that.
Thank you.
And what do you have to improve on?
Definitely in the weight room. Gotta get in the weight room. I
On
think
the
last
field, let's
year.
go on the field. You got to get stronger. Anybody can see that. Look at you. But I
Yeah.
mean, what else do you have to improve on?
I think I just gotta get better at bending. I think my bend wasn't as well. Like on my breaks, I kind of have to round them more because I can't bend as well and make those quick cuts. So I think I work on that as well as my just open field speed. I
Yeah.
think there's times where I can get so many more yards, but I just couldn't because I didn't have the speed. So definitely work on getting faster.
Bigger, faster, stronger. Biggest key, as we've said.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you. I think those are the things you have to work on. But now you do catch the ball downfield well. Okay. And I think so. And I would tell you right now, I've told you I think for me right now, and I haven't seen everybody because I'll tell you the truth. I don't make stuff up, but I think you have a chance to be the best tight end coming out of Ohio in the 24 class. Now, that doesn't mean Ohio State's going to offer you or that Notre Dame's going to. I'm saying you're the best tight end coming out of high school right now. The 24 class, that's what I would put because I've gone through and looked at them. And I'm not trying to, I don't need to ego myself here, but I'm just telling you, keep working hard and keep getting better. Okay.
Thank you.
I think that's huge. Okay. Here's another silly question. This stuff goes so fast. 15. I try to cut it to 20 and we're at 15. What talent would you like? The silly question. What talent would you like to have, you don't have, and you'll never get?
Probably like invisibility. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. If
What's
not
that?
talking football, invisibility. If you could turn it on and off invisibility, that'd be pretty cool.
Invisibility. Oh my. That'd be good. Now, I've known some football players when I was coaching that were invisible. When the tough times came, you couldn't find them. So maybe that's not what you're talking about. All right.
Or super speed. Super speed would be pretty sweet. I'm not the fastest guy, so I'd always want to be faster.
Okay. Advice to a freshman, which I always think is an important question. What would you tell a freshman that's a tight end? Let's go back to what you were like as a freshman. What would you tell a freshman that went through the same struggles?
Just keep hitting the weights, protein shakes, raw food. I didn't hit the weights that much, so I'm now doing it and I'm paying for it. So my strength's not where it needs to be. Also, just work on your bend and your flexibility because I tried to catch up and lifting a little bit, but I think big thing is just being flexible because that's so important. Being able to bend your body to catch the ball, to get low in your blocks. So just being able to be flexible is so crucial in the game of football.
Well, I would tell you this, that if you eat correctly and properly, okay, your weight's got to get there. And your strength, if you work on strength. But flexibility and agility, I guess it'd be the same thing.
Yeah,
Agility, athleticism is huge. And you have some of that, just get better. So I think that's what you're talking about. And I think everything else comes. But sometimes I think in football coaches would be kind of upset at me probably, but I think that there's more than just bench pressing. There's more than, squatting 1,000 pounds or something like that. There's so much more that goes into it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think the other thing is, I think we need more man strength, just overall strength and maturity.
Yeah.
And that'll come. But okay, a couple more things. Tell me a little bit about recruiting right now. How is that going? That's not what I do. I'm not 24/7. I'm not any of those guys. But how's recruiting going for you?
Just starting to pick up. I just got off from Kentucky, not this past Wednesday, but like 2 weeks ago, Wednesday. Just got my first offer from Kentucky. And then this past Wednesday, I actually got offered by Akron, so it's starting to pick up a little bit. Coach Greg Harbaugh from Minnesota, he invited me up. I went on a visit there. Very cool. Enjoyed Minnesota. I've also been to Cincinnati, Met Coach Letton up there. He's a super cool dude. I like Cincinnati as well.
Yeah, good. And it's just starting, by the way.
Yeah.
It's starting. You have players, even players like you have to get into camps. I mean, there's a
for sure.
one-day camps. You just, I've had a running back that didn't go to camps last year. I think he's going to be really good. He's a 23, and I don't deal with those guys anymore that much, but he didn't go to any camps last year. Coming out of his sophomore year, he went to baseball camps, and that's tough. You got to go to camps. They're going to have to see you someplace.
Yeah, they got to know who you are.
Yeah. That's huge, I think, and I believe that about myself. I can't evaluate guys until I see them or watch them on video and things like that. Okay, a couple more questions and we'll be done. You mentioned it really early. Energy as an athlete is huge, okay? Now, you're only going to be a junior, but what kind of energy can you bring to Olentangy, the Braves? What kind of energy can you bring?
I'm gonna keep positive. I want to get up in dudes' faces. I want to get everybody going. Get the room where it needs to be. If the practice is dulled down, I'm gonna have some fun with it though. I'm gonna be dance around a little bit if I catch a ball over somebody, but I gotta kind of keep the spirits high at practice. Practices are tough. Like, it gets hot sometimes. Sometimes you're tired if you have to condition a lot. Just gotta keep the spirits bright and the energy up, and keep everybody rolling. Get the juice.
Get the juice going, man, and then keep it going. Now, the thing is, if you're not a get-in-the-face guy, don't try to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know how you are. If somebody is not a get-in-your-face guy and tries to get in your face, he better be
he's just going to make you angry.
And he better be able to produce. Okay? I'm an old coach, so I'm just telling you that. Okay. What was there ever a time so far when the light came on for you? Maybe not. Maybe it hasn't. But there was ever a time when you said something happened that you said, hey, I got to get my button gear here. I got to get my stuff together. Was there ever a time like that?
I think after this last season, when at the end of the season, I think I started doing a little better, blocking a little bit better. I was lifting a little bit. I lifted with Coach Velasquez, actually. I lifted at his house and between games. I think that helped boost me. So it's kind of like a light bulb, wow, I really need to start getting in the weight room, because just even a little bit's helped me. So if I keep getting there, getting more, I think I'm going to have a really strong season this season. So,
Gavin, I think that's huge. I think that's really huge. Okay, we're going to call it a day, call it a night, and I really appreciated you coming on. I appreciate talking to you. I've gotten to know you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you for having me. That was awesome.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon, I think, someplace.
Soon. All right.
I'm looking for you, man. I know that.
All right,
Thank you, and have a great night.
Thanks. You as well.